Oh, I do have fertilizer, not a lot. I don't know if that's enough. Okay, let's go have a look at our 9:15:27. 27. 9:15:27. So we'll run round 9:15 and then we'll be over by the store if we need any more fertilizer. So we'll top up there if we must. There are also some cultivation contracts as well, which I could use the class on, but fertilization contracts quicker, pay a little bit more, although you've got to account for the cost of fertilizer when doing them. But typically you have the fertilizer on hand, or you need the fertilizer to be on hand, so it does help cover the costs of fertilizer that you buy and effectively makes it fairly free when it comes to your farm, because you're using the excess that you already bought for a contract that more than covered the price. Anyway, let's get up here just past the gap on the right. Nope. Keep going. It's kind of a big field, but we'll get that done. As per usual, shouldn't take too long. We don't really need to use the crop sensors on this. Oh, this is nice. So, pristine field just been planted. And then once we've done the third one, we'll take the last three and bring it home. Looks like the voucher's finished. I should go deal with that in a minute. And it's only 7:30, so we do have all day. But I'm only taking 3 contracts at a time, just so that we don't... I try and limit what might be left over. That's a big field. Oh goodness, that's a big field that doesn't really exist on the map. So yeah, today is the first of 3 days of streaming, so this will take us up to episode 20 and hopefully January. Obviously there's not a lot of free time between streams, so I won't be able to fill in, or I'll just finish this off camera and we'll start with something new tomorrow. It's in all likelihood going to be continuing from where we left off yesterday type of thing. And that's not a particularly accurate spread to our right there. It's not turning off. Strange, okay. It's a little bit better. Hopefully by the time we reach the end of this run, we'll be done. Come on, give me the message. Complete. Okay, I'll drive over to the edge and we'll get the Valtra moved on. There we go. So next field is through here. Clear course. Do that. That's probably close enough. And go. And good job. Okay, let's go find this guy. We have missed a rather large swath of the corners here, but I'm okay with that. We'll do what we do and be happy with it. 9 meters, 2 headlands, centre round, go, boop. And this one too is happening right in front of us. First waypoint set, go. This does, hold up. This does not look right. Tool offset 0. This really doesn't look right. Tether. Tether is, it is 9 meters wide. Are we doing middle first, then headlands? Start on centre. Headlands second. Okay. Just going to say this doesn't look right, but okay, yes it does. And back it up again. We'll set it off from the start of the course and go. Alrighty. You're doing your thing, the Valtra's doing its thing, and we can go back to this guy, the engine's turned off, and claim a contract. Then do the next one. Blah, 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 this one. Get paid. Next field's 15, which is in this block of fields and somewhat adjacent to where we are, I do believe. Yes. Oh, also unplanted. Not sure what that is on our left there. Not worried. We'll turn that off, of course, and we will. I don't have access to the driveway. That's fine. So I'll buy 2 carton or 2 cases of fertilizer. We'll get this loaded. I mean, theoretically thinking about it, I could now sell this spreader because we've got the trailed spreader and start looking at moving into liquid fertilizer. Means I'd need a storage on farm for liquid fertilizer, which we don't have right now. solid fertilizers kind of easier for us to get hold of right this minute, because we have a delivery point on the farm. Okay, 90% done, and yellow. Done. Alrighty, claim a second. That one was cheap. The third one is about the same size. I figure we probably got sufficient fertilizer for this one. Or for the last one. I could try and figure out how the back way into that group of fields happens. I guess we'll see. Now I've only got a setup, we're only allowed to take on 6 contracts at a time. So we'll do what we're doing at the moment, I think. Our class is just sitting around. I mean, I'm hoping that by the time I've finished all of these fertilization contracts, we'll be able to uncover the silage bunker and start that loading. And it's going to be a long, slow process. So we'll be filling in the gaps of hauling silage to the store or to the cell, the vendor, the customer, the people who want it, and letting the mowing crew do their mowing thing. Now there should be a passage to the right here, like right there. That gives me access to all the fields that we're working. So when the Valtra leaves, I can take it down here and over to that batch of fields we just did. 27 is our target, so drive in here and start spreading the blue stuff. So how's our 2 tractors doing? The Valtra still has 3, 15, 18 minutes, 16 minutes. The tedding should take about 12. So that's all fine. Now that it does. The thing is it doesn't really matter what I do. Baling or loading wagon, I'm going to have to do that manually. I can't let them work. I can't leave it to a worker. I might be able to. I could probably juggle the working width and the offset to make it approximately follow the passage of the rower, but because the rower is always offset, that's not going to be a fun time, I don't think. Okay, we are done. Back to the corner. And we'll claim that one, we'll take the next 3. So collect another 2,000, and there were 3 more oh, there's actually more than 3. 38, 53, 55, we'll take those 3. And then there's 3 more after that. Well, there you go. So as I said, going to go over to the store, we'll pick up some fertiliser there. I might only do one bag. Well, I don't know. Bags of fertiliser are 1,000 litres. We might be just shy of 3 full tanks. I can't remember. This might be a 3800. So I might be able to fit all 3 in. And then we'll need to put the loader arms on the Renault at some point. Take the seed off the back of the little orange off-roader, so we can bring it over here to bring back any fertiliser that we end up missing out with. But for now, 3 bags. And that's going to use up quite a significant amount of what we already got paid for doing fertiliser, but we get to do 3 more fields. So I guess I forgot to say happy Thanksgiving, everybody. There we go, yes, 3,800 tank capacity on this. And where are our next 3? 38, 53. And don't know. Huh. 53, 38, and somewhere else. Uh, 38, 53, oh, 55. Okay, well. 55 is very difficult to see, but just across the road from 53. Okay. Seems like a good thing. Let's take the dates out there. How's the mowing? Mowing has about 5 minutes, or no, tedding has about 5 minutes, mowing has about 12. That's all fine and good. So I do believe the entrance to 38 is quite a little ways along here. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. Still quite a ways along here. And right across the road from the other one. So these fields a little bit bigger. Gonna use a little bit more fertilizer. Hopefully we'll get all 3 done. We are leaving with, or we are leading with, a little bit more. Oops. Than we did for the last set of 3. And these are all newly planted fields with no fertilizer. I've got a feeling that is a thing, because we've got lazy farmers on. They're not going to do their own fertilization immediately. They're going to give us time to do it. which gives us a lot of opportunity for making money, and maybe eventually we'll buy the fields and make money doing farming things for us. Still, how are we doing? We're still not below 3,000, so we should be good for these three. It might be, obviously the last three are going to be much closer to our farm and may end up just in range so we can reload from our silo. And I'll probably buy 5,000 litres for our silo, so we can fertilise the grass after we cut it in November, or we can wait till spring. Either way, that's easy. I do have to figure out what I'm doing with arable crops next year. We do, I mean, the forage header we have is specifically for corn, but you can use it for all arable crops. There's two types of forage header. One is for corn and the other arable crops, and one is for grass and the arable crops that aren't corn. So there's a big overlap there. You kind of don't want to use the grass header for the other crops, because when you get close to the edge of the field you can contaminate those crops with grass, and then the forage harvester seizes up. Actually, quite literally. You have to empty the buffer in the forage harvester of grass in order to be able to get back to harvesting the crop that you're trying to harvest. It's kind of a similar deal if you mow a crop with a regular mower. Along the edge of the field you can end up with grass contaminating the cut and issues there. Okay, that's done. And we got paid, so 53 and 55 are way down the bottom. Actually right at the bottom edge of the map, so kind of convenient for our farm. It'll put us over 50,000 doing those two. Which way do we go? We go right. So a little bit surprised. Mrs. Osa's up at 9 o'clock this morning to actually start all the cooking. I'm guessing she might take a nap later. Normally we settle down to eat around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then there's leftovers all evening, so that's all a happening thing. But since my family's in the UK and doesn't actually do Thanksgiving unless they're visiting American people, and her family's all in Ohio, it's kind of a small get-together, so it doesn't matter when we start eating or how much is available. We'll probably be eating turkey for another week and a half, maybe 2. Oh, good news on the back issue. I did get my cancellation, so I get to go see the specialist 2 weeks earlier than I was expecting to. The downside is the facility's twice as far away, so it's going to take us an hour to get there. it will get me seen earlier, and we'll be able to figure out what's going on. Hopefully it's a spinal specialist and not what do they normally put me with? They normally stick me with a therapist to do joint therapy, and it's just sort of yeah, I've actually got a broken bone, and I don't want to cause issues which might leave me not able to walk anymore. Okay, there's the entrance to our field, so we'll do this one first. I guess 55 is a little bit further along the street. And the tedder is done. So still 4.5 minutes before the mowing's done, then we can move the mower over to the other field, or the tedder over to the other field. Get that started. And then we'll probably have to drive the Valtra ourselves over to the other field that needs mowed. This is a really nice big field, probably incredibly expensive, and right next to that factory there. And rather heavily shaded by all these trees here. I'm not sure what that factory is. Oh, it looks like there's two. Oh, there's two factories there. Okay. Kind of wondering if one of those is an oil factory or something like that. I think the bakery is in town and the flour mill's in town. But one of the options we do have is